right? I would say regarding the crypto bill. So I'll just start with it with some few positive steps here, right? And I'll give you some time to relax because right from morning I've been seeing that you have been speaking a lot on the TV channels, right? So
Oh
we
yeah,
need
I
some
think
rest.
it was a marathon day for me, back to
Yeah,
back.
yeah,
I could not get on every channel, but I wanted to because I think everyone was panicking, and
yeah,
I got a ton of questions from everyone.
right,
I wanted to make sure that I can put my views across to maximum people, and yeah, I think being
right,
able to do it, and that's also the
right,
reason of being here as well.
right,
Let's connect directly to all our people and
right,
talk to them.
right. So let's start with some positive news right here, since it's been a very dull, speculative, and negative day, right? So this is what Economic Times quotes you like. We need to wait and watch how the government move on crypto involves, right? As you said it, right? Then I would like to inform that kind of this is an article which is written by a colleague of mine, Saudamini Bhatt, where she says to kind of keep calm and avoid panic. And you can see the link below out here for people. So you can just go ahead and read this up. Then probably I think we see out here that the WazirX app was down, which now have we kind of recovered back. There are no delays in the app, and the web are now fixed, right? And we see an important tweet by Siddharth also, where he's telling us to avoid panic sell and kind of wait for more clarity, right? So Nishal, I just come out straight to kind of you, right? Kind of how has your day been?
I think it's been a crazy day, and not just for me, but everyone from the ecosystem. And um, I think you know, I think we are probably just uh, all of us are probably over worried. I would say because this is what we wanted. We wanted to get on the path of regulation, and right now, if you see, we are on the path of regulation, and it's not going to be a smooth cakewalk that you ask for regulation and regulation comes in. There'll always be views from both sides. There'll be positive views and there will be negative views, and that is what we are seeing. The idea is to keep going forward towards regulation and keep those debates and discussions on, so that we create the right knowledge in the country. All of these confusions today, if you see, is because of a lack of knowledge. I'll give an example. A lot of people who don't understand crypto completely still see it from an outside point of view. And from an outside point of view, crypto simply seems like a currency alternative. That's like the first thought that comes to mind. And then if they go a little deeper, they think about crypto as only a payment use case. Only once you go even deeper than that and understand, you'll realize that crypto is a vast market with a lot of options. Like even now, nobody talks about decentralized applications. They are only thinking about payment use cases. So how do you build decentralized applications if you don't have crypto? How do you build decentralized games if you don't have crypto? What happens to NFTs if there is no crypto? So I think a lot of questions have to be answered. But I think all of these things will begin if we start somewhere. And
Yeah,
now what has happened is we've at least started as a nation. We've started the discussion. This discussion is happening similarly in the US, in the UK, in a lot of other countries. So it's a good thing that India has started this. Of course, nobody wants to be worried about a ban and everything. But I think that should not be the focus point right now. The focus point should be how do we spread the knowledge of crypto? How do we make
right,
sure that everyone in the regulators, the lawmakers, everyone understands, and we all level up into the same level of understanding of crypto? So yeah, I think we have to keep doing this, and
right,
only then will we be able to get the right regulations in
right,
India.
right. But right from the morning, I think probably since yesterday evening, we've been seeing that the speculation is that the Indian government is banning cryptocurrencies. You know, how do you see this? I know you've covered half of my answer previous question, but how do you see this? Because there's a strong speculation, right?
Yeah, see, there is speculation, but I think we need to let it breathe. We don't need to react so strongly, so quickly. We need to also start working on, the whole education aspect, and we have to wait and watch. The bill is not out in the open. Nobody knows what the contents of the bill are. We only know a small description, which definitely does not sound very positive. But at least there is a bill that might be tabled in the parliament, and if it happens, there's a long process to regulation. It is not like the bill will come overnight. There will be regulation, there will be deliberation, there will be discussions. There'll be a lot of points raised on the bill, I'm sure, in the parliament if it is tabled in this session. So we have to wait and watch. We don't even know whether it will be tabled in this session or not, because the same thing happened in January this year, and it was not tabled. And unfortunately, even in January, when this list it was listed, I think we saw the same panic selling, and people again lost 15-20% value. And I think unfortunately, it has happened even now. So I would suggest everyone to hold tight and wait and watch and understand what is happening before you take a decision.
Right. Right. Since it's a question from a user's point of view, right? So I need to ask this again. I think you touched upon it, which is like there's a lot of panic selling happening right now, right? So what would you advise as of now?
See, I would advise you to not panic. That's the most important thing, and don't take a harsh decision quickly. Because what happens is that FOMO works both ways. There is FOMO when some token is going up and quickly people want to buy, and there's FOMO when everyone's selling around you. Just hold on. See, very simple. Yesterday, I think it was down by 15-20%. Now it's recovered and it's now at 4 or 5% down. I think the market will level up again. It will come back to the normal trading numbers. Globally, there's not been a drop in crypto prices considerably because of this news, which is a good thing. So just hold on, wait and watch, and then take the right decision.
Right. And so the next question is kind of like, how do you see like should people be patient about what kind of wait and watch approach to what the government says during this session, or
Yeah,
kind of keep yeah, please go ahead.
no, absolutely. I think we not just wait and watch. We also have to keep pushing for the right regulations. I think the hashtag India wants crypto has become so much more important now. We've been working on this for over 1,000 days, and I think now we are seeing results. And we have to keep working on that whole part of letting our government know, letting our lawmakers know that what do you expect in the bill, what sort of regulations do we expect. See, the good thing is even recently the industry was also invited for a discussion at the with the parliamentary panel. So there have been a good amount of discussions. We've also heard positive comments on what sort of regulations to bring in. So I think we need to wait and watch. That's the most important thing. Don't be worried too much about it. Be aware that this is happening, but I think we need to first wait for the bill to at least come in the public domain. Nobody knows what the bill is right now.
Yeah. And I think that a lot of people who don't know about crypto, right, who've kind of just invested money, so do you want them to be educated, like to kind of take this time out to educate themselves about crypto?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, ideally, you should first educate yourself before getting into crypto. But the thing is, crypto education is never ending. There is so much to learn. There is so much to do. So spend time in understanding this technology. Spend time in seeing what is happening, even at the regulatory level. Spend enough time on learning. And this is a good opportunity when the markets are
Right.
going down and you see no opportunity to, let's say, trade. Maybe spend some time to learn and understand the sector.
Right. And also there have been talks around public crypto and private crypto, kind of things, the public blockchain, private blockchain. So how do you kind of break this ice now?
See, I think there are different theories on what a private blockchain is or a private crypto is. I was just on a panel with where Mr. Garg was also part of it, and he said when they were making that 2019 draft bill, the definition of private crypto was any crypto that is not by the government, by a government. So in a way, by that definition, it seems like every crypto. But he also said that that definition was in the context of a currency use case, not like for every crypto that exists. The idea was that if some a currency is not by the government, then that is something that should be prohibited. And if you look at most of the crypto out there, they're not trying to be a currency to replace INR. They're trying to be in their own domains, in their own protocols, in their own products. So it's a very different thing altogether. But again, we have to wait and see how these definitions change or tweak over time.
Right, right. And towards crypto investors, what would be your point of advice right now towards them, towards the investors who kind of betting, who kind of put their big money in? So what is your one point advice to them?
See, I think one is crypto is not a local, like a local market only. It's a global thing, and you have to watch both the local markets and the global markets and see what the markets say. While the local markets right now is in a state of fear, but it's recovering fast. The global markets seem to be unaffected by this, so that's a very strong and good point. Uh, the other is, I think, take the wait and watch approach. Don't panic, don't worry too much, and spend enough time to understand what this is happening, this regulation. I think a lot of the panic selling has happened from people who came in the last 6 to 8 months, because for them this is like the first time. For those who are there for, let's say, 2 to 3 years in crypto, they know that every 6 to 8 months you hear something negative, and then the markets panic. So a lot of old timers are sitting tight, and they're not very worried because regulation takes time. It's not like it got announced today and tomorrow there's going to be regulation. So I would say patience is going to be the key for you out here in this market.
Right, right. I think I have to reiterate my question in Hindi because there are a lot of Hindi users. So I'm going to rephrase my question in Hindi. So we'll take a couple of more minutes. So Nishal, I mean towards our Hindi users, ये लोग जानना चाहते हैं कि कितने मतलब अभी जो ये बिल आया है, तो इसमें कैसे ये लोग मतलब पेशेंस रखें, या ये पैनिक सेल का जो मूवमेंट चल रहा है ये, इनको एक एक पॉइंट एडवाइस चाहिए जो कि मैं कमेंट्स में पढ़ रहा हूँ अभी। तो आप हिंदी में अगर इसका आंसर देंगे तो बेटर रहेगा।
श्योर। देखो, आई थिंक सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट चीज जो है वो ये है कि आप क्योंकि एक न्यूज़ आ गया और ये बात मीडिया में आई है कि अभी लिस्ट होगा इस सेशन में, ये बिल प्रेजेंट होगा। तो इसका मतलब ये नहीं है कि आप पैनिक कर लो और इमीडिएटली जाके सेल कर लो, क्योंकि एक है कि जो प्राइसेस हैं वो मार्केट प्राइसेस से नीचे हैं। इंडिया में 10-20% के डिस्काउंट में आ चुके थे। अभी तो फिलहाल आई थिंक रिकवर हो चुके हैं और 5% डिस्काउंट में है, या तो आई थिंक ऑन पार है अभी। बट पैनिक करने की कोई ज़रूरत नहीं है। अभी अभी भी हमें पता नहीं है कि बिल में एग्ज़ैक्टली क्या है। अभी तो सिर्फ़ छोटा-सा डिस्क्रिप्शन जो लिस्ट हुआ था, वो देख के ही आई थिंक सबने राय बना ली है। बट ये सब कुछ स्पेकुलेशन है। सब लोग सिर्फ़ अभी अ, अंदाज़ा लगा रहे हैं कि शायद बिल में ये होगा, वो होगा। जब तक बिल नहीं दिखता, हमें पब्लिक डोमेन में नहीं मिलता, तो तब तक डटे रहो। दूसरी बात ये है कि अगर बिल प्रेज़ेंट भी हुआ पार्लियामेंट में, ऐसी ऐसी ऐसा कुछ ज़रूरी नहीं है कि बिल पास भी हो जाए। मोस्टली तो ऐसे जो बिल होते हैं, जो कॉम्प्लिकेटेड होते हैं, वो स्टैंडिंग कमिटी को भेजी जाती है। फिर स्टैंडिंग कमिटी उसके बाद उसपे और भी डिस्कशंस होते हैं, बिल को ट्वीक करते हैं, चेंज कर सकते हैं, कुछ भी हो सकता है। तो हमें अभी ये छोटे से न्यूज़ लेके ऐसे डायरेक्टली सेल कर दो या पैनिक कर लो, ये सब करने की ज़रूरत नहीं है। थोड़ा पेशेंस रखते हैं, सब देखते हैं क्या होता है और उसके बाद आई थिंक डिसाइड कर सकते हैं। और ये नई टेक्नोलॉजी है, आई डोंट थिंक इंडिया क्रिप्टो को बैन करेगी। इंडिया को प्रॉब्लम जो है, जो सबसे बड़ा, वो है कि पेमेंट यूज़ केस क्रिप्टो का। कि आप आईएनआर को कम्पीट करोगे, आप आईएनआर को हर्ट करोगे, हार्म करोगे। तो ये तो आई थिंक आप अगर अभी भी देखोगे तो इंडिया में क्रिप्टो का पेमेंट यूज़ केस चल नहीं रहा है। ऐसा नहीं है कि कोई आप कब लास्ट टाइम आपने जब क्रिप्टो यूज़ करके कुछ खरीदा इंडिया में? ऐसा हो भी नहीं रहा है, क्योंकि यूपीआई है, फ्री का पेमेंट चल रहा है, यूपीआई का पेमेंट में कोई फीस भी नहीं है। तो इंडिया में जो यूज़ केसेस हैं वो ज़्यादातर डीफाई के हो गए, फिर गेमिंग हो गया, और फिर स्टेकिंग हो गया। ऐसा बहुत सारे यूज़ केसेस हैं जहाँ पे आईएनआर के साथ कम्पीट नहीं कर रहा। तो आई थिंक ये जो यूज़ केसेस के बारे में जो जानकारी है, ये अभी पब्लिक डोमेन में थोड़ी कम है। तो सब क्या सोचते हैं कि क्रिप्टो मतलब करेंसी, करेंसी मतलब आईएनआर के साथ फाइट करेगा। तो ये मिसकंसेप्शन है अभी, और यही हम मिसकंसेप्शन दूर करना चाहते हैं। मैं अभी जितने भी पैनल में था, आज पूरे दिन में मैं अलग-अलग टीवी चैनल्स में गया हूँ। हर चैनल में यही डिस्कशन होता है कि क्रिप्टो एक करेंसी है तो उसको बैन कर दो। और फिर मैं जब बोलता हूँ कि इसमें अलग-अलग वैराइटीज़ हैं, ये सिर्फ़ करेंसी नहीं है, आपको एसेट है। अब इथेरियम समझ लो आप। इथेरियम क्यों यूज़ होता है? क्योंकि ईथर क्यों यूज़ होता है? इथेरियम ब्लॉकचेन पे। वहाँ पे हमें कोई स्मार्ट कॉन्ट्रैक्ट चलाना है तो हमें टोकन चाहिए। तो ये सब यूज़ केसेस के बारे में तो अभी जानकारी भी नहीं है सब जगह में। तो ये सब जानकारी हम जैसे-जैसे इसके बारे में बात करेंगे, आई थिंक क्लैरिटी आ जाएगा। एनएफटी के बारे में तो कोई बोल भी नहीं रहा है, जो ये 2019 का जो बिल भी था, जो ड्राफ्ट बिल बना था, उस टाइम पे एनएफटी के बारे में कोई जानता नहीं था। तो उस बिल में तो एनएफटी के बारे में कुछ है ही नहीं। जो ब्लॉकचेन बेस्ड गेम्स है, उसके बारे में कोई ज़िक्र नहीं है। तो अभी बहुत सारे यूज़ केसेस हैं जिसके बारे में किसी ने कुछ बात ही नहीं की है। तो जब ये अगर बिल अगर समझो नेगेटिव भी रहा और पार्लियामेंट में आया, मैं मेरा मानना है कि एटलीस्ट एक तो कोई ना कोई लॉ मेकर होगा जो पूछेगा कि एनएफटी के बारे में क्या करने वाले हो? या तो आप ब्लॉकचेन गेमिंग के बारे में क्या करने वाले हो? आप पेमेंट के बारे में बोल रहे हो, बट ये 2 दूसरे यूज़ केसेस है, उनको कैसे आप हैंडल करोगे? और उनको भी बैन करोगे, आप गेम्स भी बैन करोगे, ऐसे तो होगा नहीं। तो आई थिंक स्ट्रॉन्ग पॉइंट्स है, जिसको भी इसको इस बिल को अगर समझने के बाद जिसको भी जो भी पॉइंट्स बनाने हैं, बहुत सारे पॉइंट्स आएँगे। तो अभी फिलहाल हमें ऐसे कंक्लूजन पे जंप नहीं करना चाहिए।
राइट। तो पैनिक नहीं, पेशेंस रखें, दैट्स व्हाट निश्चल इज एडवाइजिंग यू. एंड आई थिंक थैंक यू so much, Nishal, for coming here and answering all these questions and clarifying, which was the need of the hour right now. And I really hope that you today take some rest and kind of so you are back with a
I have
bang.
a few more, but
Yeah,
I think we have a few more minutes. What we can do is, if you want, we can look at a few questions.
sure, 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 I can go
Let
ahead.
I can also see those questions. I think
See, it's like
see
kind of,
some are unrelated to
yeah,
this topic,
yeah.
but I think I can see a lot of people
I can
talking
see this
about UPI.
question. Murugesh Govindraj is asking, please talk about the technical issues and UPI payment system. Most
Yeah,
of the
see, the thing
questions are
is,
around technical issues here.
yeah, I think I've said it before also. One is UPI. The thing is, it's not something completely in our hands. It's also a banking related thing, and that's a lot of problems with integrating UPI because of the banking issues. And we've been constantly working. I think recently we started one, and then again there was an issue from the bank side. So what is happening is some or the other compliance related issue or something arises, and because we are the biggest, we have the most number of people transacting. We can't hide and bring an UPI option. We have to be upfront with the bank that we are going to integrate you. Even if we don't tell, the bank gets to know in a day because our volume and size is that big. So we are trying to work with the bankers, trying to find that right banking partner, and we are in talks. But again, crypto is new. Banks are worried now. This news, the thing is, we work and then suddenly some negative news comes again, that work is unwinded and we have to do all the hard work all over again. Now I know we'll have to spend some time with bankers explaining about this whole bill. Just imagine if all of you are afraid of the bill, what will happen to bankers who want to work with exchanges? They will also be afraid. So then we have to work with them, which is why it's getting very difficult for bringing UPI and all, but we are working on it. Now the second other question was about technical. Now yesterday, and we've been working on improving our platform, but yesterday we saw the highest number of concurrent users. In the sense, highest number of people coming together, lakhs of people came together because there was this massive news about this, and people started transacting, and that led to a heavy load on our servers. Similarly, I think people are asking about other payment wallets that we have integrated. Our payment partner also faced a scaling issue because so many people started depositing. There was a massive load on their servers as well, and they also had to take it down for a few hours. I think now we are rolling it out slowly. It's getting accessible to a few people. But yeah, this kind of scale is not seen before by a lot of players, and that is why I think you see these issues. We are constantly getting better, but we are also getting bigger faster. So yeah, I
Right.
think it will take some time before. See, I think I don't know how many of you were on Twitter in the early days, but I joined Twitter in 2008 and 2007 or 2008. And those days, every week, Twitter used to go down. Something or the other. Twitter was inaccessible. Why? Because Twitter was growing very fast, and Twitter's team had to rebuild the whole system. And it took a few years before Twitter is today it's stable. So it's the same with WazirX. We started growing in the last 12 to 18 months. Before that, there was no banking channel only. There was a
Yeah.
banking ban in India. So we are still building out. It'll take some time, but I'm sure we'll make it stable as we go, and I'm sure we'll live up to all of your expectations. But yeah, I really would say that I understand there are issues at times during load, and that is not the best experience, and that's not what we are here to serve you for. So we'll work harder and we'll make sure that we get better.
Right. The next question is kind of when will WazirX enable futures option?
I think it's still early for that. We need to have a more matured spot market. and a matured ecosystem, because futures has a lot more risk, lot more swings, lot more liquidations, and it's something that I think we need to wait a little more for the markets to mature in India before we can get that in.
Right. And you want to take more questions, Nishal?
Well, a few more we can. Is there anything which is like, a lot of people are asking? We
Yeah.
can definitely. It's so many questions. It's
Yeah.
4,200 people are there online right now. That's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah. So I think let me just pick it up.
I know Hindi. I think Ashish is saying he don't know Hindi. हिंदी में तो बात कर रहा था अभी थोड़ी देर पहले.
So this is a question here, probably in the comments. I mean, the thing is, I'm clicking on the
Profit
comment.
loss, I think this profit loss option in portfolio,
Yeah.
that's something again, team is working on it, and we are building a system where it'll be a proper, see, one was just build something quickly and just show profit loss, but it's never right. So we are working on a way to make sure that you have a profit loss system that really works well. So it's under development. It'll come soon.
This question, I think, in the comments was by MT. It says, "What if governments say that they will create digital currency and create a blockchain on own and allow Indians to use that for innovation?"
No, see, the thing is, not what if. I think the government of India should, the RBI ultimately, should create a CBDC. We should compete as a nation with other CBDCs out there. But a CBDC, central bank digital currency, is very different from your decentralized applications and blockchains. And CBDC will be used for payment use cases. And that's a great way to onboard everyone in India who's not into the banking system, but they have a mobile phone. So once you have CBDC, it's as good as cash. Cash is in the hands of everyone. So even a CBDC will ensure that digital INR is in the mobile phones of everyone, and that will grow the digital economy in India. But that is not mutually exclusive. It's not like you have CBDC, then you don't have, let's say, other crypto, or if you have other crypto, you can't get CBDC. They all will coexist, and I think India should go faster in bringing a CBDC to market.
Right. Right.
Okay, I
So
think we can pick one more
yeah.
because after that I have to go.
Okay. So I think the comments are being rushing down. I think the other question is on Dex, Nishchal. When is the Dex going to get launched?
I think we are in the final stages. We had some setbacks in terms of team members, and there was some other internal delays and all. These are times where we are working remote, and there's this whole lockdown and everything that happened. There were quite a few delays, and I understand the Dex is definitely delayed, but it is in the last stages of development right now, or testing, I think, more than development. And now we are trying to find the right time to launch it, and we launch it soon.
Right. So I think on this note, I'll close it up. So I think instead of panicking, I think people need to be patient enough. So patience and not panic, right? That's the keyword here. And
Yeah,
I think I really hope, Nishal, that you do take some rest after this, because it's been a really busy day for you. And yeah, so thanks for taking time out for this YouTube live stream and clarifying, what has been through the day.
yeah. Thanks,
Thank you
thanks a
so
lot for
much.
having me here. That's it.
Yeah.
See you, see you, everyone.
See you.
Bye.
Bye.